Hey.
What do you think of my new intro?
Yeah.
It's all the magic of science, basically. Yeah, that's very, very high tech. But
Yeah.
I love that
Brain
bit of tune.
Fraser Productions.
Yeah, apart from the music, that was done by Nathaniel from Damn did that music for me.
That's amazing. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's a good little intro music. Anyway, so how you been? How's life in Elric land? How was your show?
Right.
How was your show this Monday?
Really good. Just play some new stuff. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, got quite a few people on. Just the usual crowd, Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is the second ever High Speed Hangover vidcast. I'm Gray from High Speed Hangover Podcast. I've done 390 podcasts plus more. But now we're doing a video version of the podcast, basically. I'm joined by my mate, Elric. He does Metal Devastation Radio Into the Pit shows, 7 o'clock GMT time on Metal Devastation Radio. The link should be down below. Also, the links down below to the blog where you can find out all the bands that I'm going to play on this week's show. Basically, links to all the bands. Make sure you go and follow them on Facebook and, sub their YouTube channels and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to kick off. Got a band called Axe Minister to start off with. They're a thrash power metal band from Toronto, Ontario in Canada. They're out since 2008. Now let's have a quick look at what they've got available. They have got a full-length album, a demo, 2 singles, and their second EP, Crucible of Sin, came out in 2018. And I'm going to play a video from this track called The Succubus and the Crucible. If I can just find that file. It's not as quick as you'd hope it would be. Right, I've got it all in the folder. Here we go. Axe Minister, The Succubus and the Crucible of Sin, it's called.
We are born into
Pretty cool stuff. What did you think of that one, Eric?
Yeah, it was all right.
It was
pretty,
cool.
well shot video considering
Yeah.
you know, it's an underground thing. Quite weird, isn't it? The video, like I quite
It's
enjoyed
got
it.
everything going on. It's got some live footage, you got some sword
revenge.
fighting, you got some bit of nookie going on there by the looks of it as well.
A bit of blood.
Yeah, that bit of succubus.
Yeah.
It tells a story, doesn't it?
I don't know what you said. I don't know what you said the band were. I mean, I sort of, the way they look and sound, I was sort of thinking more like a sort of folk metal thing, really. But
yeah, the stuff with the swords and the like kind of furs and that kind of thing. That was they're a thrash power metal band. That song was called "The Succubus and the Crucible of Sin," taken from the EP "The Crucible of Sin." Actually, I did an interview with those guys a few months ago on my channel. Good, nice hanging out with them. Yeah, and the link is down below to the band. That takes you to my blog page where you can find the interview that I did with them, all the links to their pages and that. And they were good. They was like, because one of the guys is like an amateur filmmaker, like an amateur film producer. So they kind of did it all themselves. You can tell it's like it's pretty good, like cinematography and all that. It made it a bit different. It's quite interesting. It makes a change from just like band footage, I suppose. But yeah, that kind of underground, where you're making your own videos, is pretty cool. We've got
it had that kind of vibe to it, but done pretty well.
Yeah,
I must admit though, I think the song markedly improved when they went fast.
Right, you prefer the faster part.
The chugging stuff was all right, but when they went into that fast section, it was like, yeah, that's more like it. And then also that guitar. How many strings was on it?
That's just showing off, isn't it? Just because me and you can't play a single note on a guitar, it's like when you see someone with like 7, 8, whatever bloody strings it had, it's like bloody show off.
Well, you know, it's good solo, certainly good musicians.
Definitely.
I did like. I was sort of thinking it was all right, and then when it went into that fast section, it was like,
the faster section. I quite liked it. I think even when it was going at a slower chug, I thought it was pretty cool. It was building. You could tell it was building up to like a bit more face down, heads down, kind of neck breaking riffage later on. Have you played those guys? Yeah, definitely.
Down, you know.
I'm not sure if it's like if that look, because I've not watched their other videos. I'm not sure if that like look was just for that video. It might have been it was just for that video, and they have maybe different styles for different video. I'm not too sure about that. I mean, if they send me any other videos in the future, if they've got any, I think they have different. I think that might have just been the dress up for that video because that was the tone or the story behind the song kind of thing. I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe, but having said that, though, there was live footage, wasn't there?
There was some live footage. That might have just been for that song, though. I'm not 100% sure. I know they're described as being theatrical metal, so they do like to make their live shows interesting. So, have you played them on your podcast, on your show yet?
No.
Guys,
get them down. That
send the track. Send the track to Elric so you can play Axminster. So you can play it on.
You got the links from my email as well. Stick my email link down because I usually get them via my email.
That's an idea. I'll stick your email in the description then, so people can actually send you stuff. That's not a bad idea. Well, I've got the Facebook page. They can contact you on there as well, can't they? I'm pretty sure you've got an email
on my Facebook page
on the page. I think I got into the pit page. Anyway, you ready for the next band? Next band, we actually hung out with these last Friday on our very first heavy metal hangout. It's Dies Holocaustum. And the reason we were playing these and featuring these a lot is because they've got a gig coming up on 2 days' time. 27th, is that Saturday night? Yeah, Saturday night. These guys are doing an online gig. You can tune in anywhere in the world. Check 3 cool bands out, doing some great sets. It's Dies Holocaustum, Vulgar Dissection, who I'm playing later on tonight as well, and Grave Huffer. They're all going to be, And actually, I need to put the link. I'll put the link in the blog. I think I forgot to put the link in the blog, actually. But so you can just do a search on Facebook. Just search out those 3 band names, and you can find the link to the event. But I will put the event in the blog page as well, so people can bookmark it and make sure they can all hang out there on actually Saturday night, isn't it? So it's not going to clash with our hangout because that's Friday night, so that's cool. Actually, I'm doing an interview with a band on Saturday night, but hopefully it won't clash with the gig. We'll have to see. Anyway, so I'm playing.
Yeah, go on.
No, go. You say what you were going to say.
Yeah, well, I played the Solid Custom on my show on Monday, as well as Folger Dissection. Thanks to the guys sending music. I like him already.
Yeah, some good stuff. Really good. I think this one.
Graver for that's their last show with the drummer.
That's a shame, isn't it? Because apparently he lives too far away and he can't get into Joplin to hang out. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah. Anyway, so this is Diaz Holocaustal. I think I played this on the Friday night stream actually. They're a death thrash metal band from Bristol. They've been around since 2017. They've had a single, and their full-length album came out January last year. It's called Scorched Promised Land, and I think this is like a little bit of a live footage of the song behind it kind of thing. This is called They Never Left These Boundaries.
Okay, not played that.
I think I might have played it on Friday actually. I think you might have gone to bed by then. I'm not too sure. Did you get did you get a bit of a sound cut out on that last song?
I did, yeah.
For a couple of seconds, like a
little bit.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I wonder if something to do with the internet maybe not being up to streaming quite so well. But I mean, if it does cut out, don't forget you can go and like the band's pages and you can find their videos on their pages. So this is just like a taster. Anyway, here you go. Diaz Holocaustum. They never left these boundaries.
They hold the last place. They were alive. They never left these boundaries.
Yeah, that cut off a bit quick. So I've got a little comment here from Who's a Nerd. Now you're making me miss live shows even more.
Yeah.
It's kind of true to see a mosh pit and like, you know, the sweat, the beer, the, you know, whatever. It's kind of like you know, it feels like a long time ago now. It's been over a year since my last gig. Anyway, let's just tell you what it was again. It was Diaz Holocaustum. They never left these boundaries, taken off their album Scorched Promised Land. So yeah, if you like that, the link is down below. Also, so yeah, I think we did play that before because that guy that we had on chat Friday night was in the crowd as well. I remember we talking about it. But I look back on that hangout that we did Friday night, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, I can't remember any of the things that we were talking about. It's like we must have been, you know, pretty drunk.
Well, yeah, we were.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen that already.
Yeah, on
like,
Friday night.
They don't really have a lot up. That's about all they got up on sort of YouTube. But yeah, it's good, isn't it? Just good live raw footage. You know, obviously the quality ain't great, but it's just someone filming. But it's good to see it to go.
Exactly.
Just to let everyone know, I played Glories of Hell and Leatherface on my show. So
all right. So if you want to hear some more. Cool. You can't listen back to your show. You haven't put it up as a podcast, have you? It's only live.
I don't podcast. I only podcast specials anymore. No one bloody listens. What's the point?
No, I get you.
Even the specials, no one listens really, but I'll stick them up anyway.
Do you share with all the bands? Because when I do mine, I always share it in all the groups, and I share it with all the bands.
That work.
I don't know. I wonder if my blinking podcast supplier is lying to me when it tells me that I get so many listens. It tells me I get so many listens. I choose to believe it, but maybe it's lying to me and I don't get nowhere near as many listens as it tells me I'm getting. Who knows? Don't forget to tune into those guys on 2 nights' time. Do you know what time it starts? Do you know what time it starts on Saturday?
I could get it up. Gig. I could get it up.
I think it's probably about 8 or something like that, innit? I must remember to put the link in the blog anyway and make sure I do that. Hey, who we got hanging out?
I've got it here actually. It's from 8:30 to 2:30 in the morning.
All right, cool. So make sure
mainly DJs go on from 12. I'm by the way, I'm DJing it as well from.
Oh, that's right. You're DJing. Yeah, you're DJing in between the bands, isn't it? So someone says here, my favourite bands you filmed: Shrapnel, Consecration, Basement Torture Killings, and Deeper Fundies. I wonder if he's talking about the live gig footage that I've got on my channel.
Yeah, well, they've got loads of views. Why can't all your videos have them views?
Not all of them. Some of them have got good videos. This is from Albert. Albert Man, the audio could be relayed on the Naughty Radio sometime. Yeah, because I don't know if you know Albert. He did pirate radio for years. I did pirate radio for him. You know, when I first started calling myself DJ Corpse Grinder back in the day when I was doing the Brain Dead Club, I used to do some pirate radio with Albert.
That's right. Yeah, I remember you saying.
Yeah, Albert used to put the pirate radio on Radio Argus. Pump coming out from a loft in Lewisham. Oh. Many moons ago, but his favorite track that I used to play, because he was not really into the super heavy metal, I used to play Broken Hope. She came out in chunks, and that was Albert's favorite. That was his favorite song title whenever I used to play them. And this is my mate Jambo from the comics community. Hi Jambo, just playing some videos, some heavy metal videos. Well, should we go on to the next one then? Right. Tomorrow night we'll be hanging out with a few people. I can't remember they are off the top of my head now. I think it's Pam and Tom from Under a Spell. I'm going to look it up because I can't remember. But one of the other people we're hanging out with is this band, Black Tar Superstar. At least I think Reaper, the drummer from Black Tar Superstar. Yeah, it's kind of like when I listen to that, I think of, I don't know, the Superstar bit. Some people said they thought you sounded like a glam band because Superstar sounds like something glam. But apparently
Black Star, isn't it? Black Star Superstar.
Yeah, but it's Black Tar. Apparently Black Tar, I actually did an interview with these guys a couple of weeks ago. Apparently Black Tar is the local, like, I don't know if it's used elsewhere, but it's slang for heroin. Apparently got a really bad heroin drinking problem. I think it's Akron, Ohio. They're from Akron, Ohio. The sludge doom metal band, been around since 2014. They've got a single, and this is a track off of their 4th EP that came out in October last year. The EP is called Old Gods Awaken, which is all like tied into like Cthulhu and that kind of HP Lovecraft stuff. I do love a bit of Lovecraft stuff. And so this track is called Hail to the Succubus. We started off with the Succubus and the Crucible, and now we've got Hail to the Succubus. Let me just find. I actually have played that before, I think, but it's quite a cool video. It's got a bit of It's got a bit of booby action, but they're tastefully covered over. The boobies are tastefully covered over, so no one report me to YouTube. Okay, they're tastefully covered up. Here we go. Hail to the Succubus by Black Tar Superstar. Oh yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Nice heavy riffing going on there. Nice chugging sludginess. Interesting video. Very tasteful application of the black tape there. So it's all perfectly above board, and YouTube can't possibly tell me off for any kind of wrongdoing, I hope.
It's funny how censorship works, isn't it? It's
I know.
You can show a group of women eating a man alive, but got to cover them nipples up.
Yeah, because if you see the nipples, mate, it might drive you insane or with lust, or send you off the deep end into a road of debauchery. You know.
Can I just say that? Can I just say that musically, I fucking love that.
Yeah,
I thought music's fucking great. You know, sort of doomy, sludgy, but kind of rock and roll as well. I really like that. That was really good.
That was a cool track. My mate Jambo saying boo to the black tape. He doesn't approve of the black tape. He's like,
well, no one does.
he sometimes shows comics on our comic slingers show that he does, and he's got a bit of tape in a certain, some of his comics, and my mate Bub's comics. Sometimes they have to cover up certain points just to not get us all in trouble, because. Apparently men can show their nipples anytime they like, but a lady's nipples somehow is disgusting and taboo, and we shouldn't even be thinking about them, let alone talking about them. It shouldn't ever enter our minds or our mouths, because that's
when you think about it though, like if women's boobs weren't considered to have to be covered, they wouldn't be sexy to men.
So
in a funny way, do you know what I mean? So the way it works.
There is some psychology going on there. It's very true.
Psychology. But I love the music. That was great. The video was really good as well. It was mad. But,
it was pretty cool. Because I was chatting to them. They're another band who've got like a filmmaker. I think there's some guy who makes underground horror films, and they got in touch with him, and I think they're talking about doing some more stuff in the future. So it's always like, it's kind of like, when you think about the metal nowadays, it's good to have lots of different weapons in your armory, kind of thing. So obviously you've got to have the good tunes, you've got to have the great live show, you've got to have the music or whatever. If you can have some video, and make your YouTube channel a bit more tasty, because it's not just about, you can't. I don't think any band brings out a CD and just gets there now. You've got to bloody well promote it on social media. Is the only way for doing stuff now, isn't it? It's all got to be social media. You've got to have a good presence, and the more sort of lively and interactive and fun of a presence you have online, probably the bigger your audience will become, I suppose.
Yeah, but image is quite a big thing nowadays, isn't it? Really? It's unfortunate that, but
yeah, it certainly helps. It certainly helps to have something good and extra going, like a bit more sort of like weapons in your arsenal kind of thing.
Yeah.
But right. Might as well move on to the next track then, shall we? We've got 3 more tracks to go. Any bands listening to this, anyone who knows anyone in any bands, if you want to be featured on future vidcasts, I'm kind of like wanting to. I thought like I'd start putting these out and dropping links and stuff, and I'll be getting loads of stuff sent to me. Like people say, "Oh, can you play my video? Can you play my?" You look at how many bands actually do videos and have them up on their channels. But I just think it's nice to have one place where you can check out a few bands all in one go. So hopefully these will catch on. But bands, send me some videos. Otherwise, next week I'm playing all the same videos again, which might get a bit boring for people watching. And also like MP3. If you've not heard of our podcast, here's Into the Pit podcast on Metal Devastation Radio, my High Speed Hangover. You can send us MP3s. You can play you on the normal show, and if you've got videos, we can play you, on this vidcast hangout. If you want to have a chat on my channel at some point to sort of share, information about your band, just get in touch. Drop us a line, and maybe we can hang out on Heavy Metal Hangouts as well. We'll see. But anyway, I'll go back to that gig that we've been trying to promote. In 2 days' time, the Vulgar Dissection, Bleeders Holocaustum, and Grave Huffer gig. You said it was 8:30 till 2:30, didn't you?
It is.
UK time.
I think Grave Huffer is on the last band at 11. I'm actually DJing straight after Grave Huffer.
Yeah.
And there's DJs through the night. That should be. It's always a good night. Retribution.
Is it on Twitch? It's shown on Twitch, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, basically, there'll be a link on the event page, and it's just all there in one go. Basically.
Yeah.
Which is something something hadn't changed. Actually, it's a lot better doing it that way.
I'm actually streaming this to Twitch as well now. I've had a Twitch account for ages, but never really done anything on there. But this is streaming to Twitch. If anyone's on Twitch, I need more people following me on Twitch. The link is down below to my Twitch as well. So if you want to be my Twitch bitch, just click on the link below and sub my channel. Anyway, so we're going to play Vulgar Dissection now. You played these on your show. What did you think?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'll get up what I played after or whatever. But yeah.
It might be this one because I think this is the one they're sending out. Sodomized, Cannibalized is the name of this track.
That's the one.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're from, was it Hartlepool, isn't it? Hartlepool? Is that how you pronounce it? Hartlepool. Remember this from the conversation we was having on Friday night?
Yeah, from Hartlepool, yeah.
If you're from Hartlepool, you don't say the H and you don't say the T either.
They're so young that one of them got told off by his mum.
For staying up late or something. I watched that back actually. Yeah,
isn't it cool though? Like, just quickly before you play, isn't it cool that like just continuing young people still getting into heavy music? It's just
absolutely
really cool.
Yeah. It's cool. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but it is cool. Like hanging out with like people who are like young enough to be your kids, kind of thing.
Yeah,
and you all like the same bands as well. Like you were saying, and there's quite a lot of them like the old bands rather than the new bands.
Yeah, that's bizarre when you think about it. You know, like you think young people just be into what's going on then, which is kind of, well, I liked old music as well, but I also like what was going on at the time, you know, but like which was the 90s mainly. But it's just interesting that a lot revert back to the old school, which is cool, you know.
Yeah. All right, anyway, so here we go. Vulgar Dissection, death metal from Hartlepool. They've had an EP and a full-length album from December last year called Buried and Forgotten. I've got some echo coming from your blinking side. You got your.
No, you're good. You're good.
I can hear some echo. Anyway, this track is. Let's find the link. Let's find the bloody video file before I start talking about it. And cheers for everyone for joining us, by the way. Thank you, Aidan French, for joining us and chatting. Let's just play this track. This is Sodomized, Cannibalized. That was good old death metal stuff. Good heads down, nice chugging death metal there. That was repulsive. That wasn't. It was vulgar dissection. I keep trying to say repulsive dissection. I'm pretty sure there is a band called Repulsive Dissection as well, but no, that was vulgar dissection with sodomized, cannibalized, taken off their full-length album, buried and forgotten. I like that video, but the writing's quite hard as a lyrics video go. That's quite a difficult font to actually pick out as it goes along. I got a feeling
it's a metal font, isn't it?
It definitely is a death metal font. Not Hoosier's cup of tea. I think he likes not quite as heavy as that, possibly. But no, I dig the death metal very much. So it was nice, thick, guttural, chugging sound.
I actually don't quite know why they needed to put a lyric video up. I knew exactly what you were saying.
Exactly. Yeah, it was too obvious. They didn't need to tell you that.
Obvious.
Yeah,
good stuff.
I got a feeling that song was about Jeffrey Dahmer. If you looked at some of the lyrics, it looked like it was about Jeffrey Dahmer. He was talking about when he stuck was it acid or something in people's brains to try and turn them into zombies that he could keep around in his house for a sick individual. Nasty
just
stuff.
A little bit,
Yeah. Did you listen to that track that I was on? Did you listen to the Cannibal Accident track? I need to see if they got a video for that.
Yeah.
Did you check it out?
I've heard it. I need to play it. I should play it on my show.
Yeah, you should play it. So this has got my mate Graham doing the guest narration. It's kind of weird because I was doing the letter from Albert Fish, whose nickname is the Grey Man, which just happens to be my nickname and my channel name. It's just like, wow, what a bloody coincidence that is. Kind of creepy. But I'm not named after the serial killer. I'm named after an old DC supervillain.
That's right.
DC comic supervillain. So there you go. Hayden says
when you were the corpse grinder, you didn't even think of the Cannibal Corpse Singer, did you?
No, I don't think he was the Cannibal Corpse Singer at that point when I was
90.
I don't know. I think
he would have been by then.
I think he was still in Monstrosity at that point because I named myself Corpse Grinder after the Massacre song. Corpse Grinder.
Yeah.
Corpse Grinder.
When did you become Corpse Grinder then? As a DJ, what year ish?
I have no idea. 90 something, 94. I couldn't tell you, man. My brain doesn't. It might have been
before Corpse Grinder was in Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, but I think he was already calling himself Corpse Grinder Fisher, wasn't he? When he was in Monstrosity.
Okay.
I think so. Anyway, I can't remember now. But yeah, he might have even named himself after the bloody Massacre song. I don't know.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me. I think I did hear he was into his comics as well. So
okay, maybe. Did he not? Was there not a film called Corpse Grinder? I think it was because one time when I was doing the DJ, someone bought me a T-shirt that had the Corpse Grinders written on it, and it was like an old 50s kind of horror film. I'm not even sure what that T-shirt is now. I think they were grinding down corpses and giving them to cats as cat food, and the cats were going a bit crazy somehow because eating the human, eating the human flesh sent them a bit doolally or something. I'm not too sure about that. I can't remember now. It was a long time ago. Yeah, the guys from Cold Blooded bought me it's a birthday. I used to have a birthday gig, didn't I, every year?
Yeah.
So they bought me that Corpse Grinders T-shirt as a birthday. I don't know if that's still around. That's the thing. You have so many T-shirts over your life. I've lost so many T-shirts. I don't even know where they've gone to. The one that I really wish I still had was a Celtic Frost one, Slow Freeze. It's got some art by Kevin O'Neill, who did like a couple of good super characters that I like. And it was a really cool picture. I have no idea where it went. It just completely disappeared, that one, which is a real bummer. I think the next two bands actually on tonight are Indian bands. Yeah, got a couple of bands coming up from India. And that's another thing that always blows my mind and sort of gives you that kind of feeling of like metal is taking over the world kind of thing. Like not only you got these young kids that are like half our ages into metal, you've also got people all around the world, places you don't even think of, countries in Africa you've barely heard of and stuff like that, and and places like India and Pakistan, Bangladesh. You've got a massive scene over there, I think, by the sounds of it.
Definitely in India and places like that. It's cool that it's places that doesn't really have a tradition of metal. It's cool when they pick it up. That is good.
Maybe they've got a tradition. We just didn't know that the tradition was there. Who knows? I mean,
probably not. Not in a way we have. Like,
not quite as long going back as long, but there probably were people who obviously got into the classic rock and Iron Maiden and all that. Got Iron Maiden is huge in India, I believe, in continent, I believe. Yeah, and
then they incorporate their own little.
Sometimes,
from into the music as well.
Yeah, particularly in the lyrics as well. They might do stuff that's features more kind of local history and religion and so forth. It's pretty cool. There's all sorts of other I've seen Indian grind bands and black metal bands and stuff like that. It's kind of it's interesting. Yeah. Anyway, I think these two bands are pretty much thrash bands. This is an all-out thrash band called Sabotage. They're from Mumbai in India. They've been around since 2017. They've had 2 singles, and their EP from 2019 is called The Order of Genocide. And this track is called Bloodthirst. It's quite a good video, actually. I should have done a video reaction to this. I've not watched it all through yet, but it looks really cool. Oh man, I was getting into that.
What?
They killed a woman, man. They killed that woman, that fucking evil serial killer. Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it's cool. I just thought it was just a normal video of bloke going to a bar, meeting women, and then he's killing them.
Yeah, he was meeting me every night and then taking him back to his blinking murder shack. What an arsehole.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it's called Blood First. The film's called the song is called Blood First, of course. I should have guessed, really. That was by Sabotage, taken from their EP, The Order of Genocide. That was pretty good animation, actually. That was quite cool. It's for a couple of when it repeated itself again. I thought, why is it repeating itself again? But of course, it's another night. Yeah. It was another night, and another.
I realised it was another woman. Yeah, I didn't realise that first.
There's not enough. There's not enough women into metal as it is. You ain't got to be going around killing them. That's just well out of order. That is. Yeah. I'm assuming they're into metal. See, they was in the metal bar watching Sabotage play. Yeah. But never mind. I was hoping she was going to get away. I was hoping she was going to get away, but. Oh man, never mind.
I liked. There must be quite a lot of bands called Sabotage. I know there's definitely one. Sabotage.
Oh, there's a stack of them, mate. When I've gone through, when I've looked them up before. That's the worst thing when you're doing. Like, I know because you do your notes as well, don't you? I think you use Metal Archives for doing your notes.
Quite often, I usually use the notes that are sent to me via email.
Oh man, I can't bother to keep them, man. I've got so many folders and so many bloody things. I can't bother to keep all them notes. I just delete everything apart from the tracks that I want to use. There's 7 bands on Metal Archives called Sabotage at the moment. That's not too bad. Sometimes you have more than that. And you got to search for them all, try and find the correct one that you're about to play in so you can get the notes right. The worst thing is when they've got no bloody Metal Archives. You don't always get even if it was to keep the bios and the promo pack information, it doesn't always come with a bio anyway, does it? Sometimes.
Quite often, I'm not always just playing metal, am I? So quite often, like the archive, they're not in there, obviously, because they're not metal or whatever. But I like the track though. It was cool.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good track. Yeah, it was cool.
Heavy metal, stroke thrash.
Yeah, cool. Very decent. Very decent. Yeah. Don't forget, anyone watching this now or on the afterplay, replay sort of thing, down below, you can check the links out down below. Let's put this banner up for a second. This is just in case you're not getting the picture. For band info, go to the blog link in the video description. There you go. Also in the video description, it's got Elric, so I can point in the right direction. Elric's Into the Pit show on Metal Devastation Radio, and the link is there so you can tune in to him 7 till 9 on Mondays on Greenwich Mean Time. Also, check out my podcast. All my podcasts are in the blog. The link is down below for that. They're all 390 plus. And if 390 aren't enough for you, you can sign up to my Patreon. I have a Patreon where you get an extra exclusive show every month. You're one of my very few patrons, aren't you, Eric?
I am indeed.
I think this month's show is going to be on a colours theme. I might try and do it tomorrow, actually, when I've got time. Yeah, I'm running out of ideas for themes as well. So anyone signs up to my Patreon, I'll let you choose the theme for next month's show if you sign up today.
I bet it's something you've already done when people ask that,
Yeah, maybe. I might, it doesn't matter. I'll just start doing them again. It's all good. Now, there must be loads of things I could just choose. There's loads of countries I could do again. I haven't done every country in the world seen, and they're quite cool because you can always look up facts about, countries' histories and that kind of thing. Anyway, ready to play out now. We've been going for nearly an hour. It's been quite long. This is another band from India, Argatalo in India. Been around since 2018. Black thrash metal band. They've had an EP and a brand new single just came out this year. The band are called Secrets of Silence, and this track is called Unpredictable Beast. I actually did a reaction video to this as well. That's another thing I'm doing. I'm doing reaction stuff. So if you send me a video to play on this vidcast, I can also try and do a reaction video first before I play it on here. I could do a reaction video, and that way I can check to see that I'm not going to get a copyright strike. And if I got a copyright strike, I'll make sure not to play that on the vidcast kind of thing. So I've not checked all these ones. If I end up getting copyright strike, because like I said to people, send me any non-copyright videos so I can put it on the show without getting any aggro from YouTube. And I think at least 3 of the videos I've been sent have been copyrighted.
Yeah. And people probably don't even know.
I know, because their labels quite often do it, and the bands themselves don't necessarily know about it. But But what I'm going to do, if that happens, I'm just going to obviously not use them again, basically. So, I don't get any hassle. So I'll make sure. So if it turns out, hopefully, none of these bands on today's show are going to get me any kind of copyright hassle. Anyway, you got anything you want to say before we head off?
Yeah, just send me your MP3s via my email or Facebook, or if you're feeling generous, an actual hard copy or a CD.
Yeah.
But even if you send me like a WAV or something, I can convert anything. So, don't worry if you can't send an actual MP3, send me anything,
Yeah. Wait, I prefer MP3s myself, but I know the
I'm not allowed to play WAVs.
Yeah, I know it's weird that them WAV files. I don't know, but with the WAV files, quite often they don't have the tags with them, so you won't have all the information like what album it's from. Sometimes you just say the name of the song, doesn't even tell you what the name of the band is. Quite often, in WAV files, they're kind of like annoying with MP3s. As long as the people have put the tags in properly, you know what album it's from, what the band are. So it's a lot more easier. All right, so I was going to say, make sure you tune in to the gig. Well, come back tomorrow night, Friday night.
Yeah.
10 o'clock UK time. I forgot to look that up, didn't I? I was going to look that up and mention that. Let me find my little folder with my interview schedule or hangout schedule. Yeah, tomorrow we've got Fred from Curse of Abon, another band that I've interviewed on my channel a little while back. We've got Reaper from Requiem from Oblivion. I'm not sure if anyone else is coming in from that as well. Or did I just say something wrong then? We've got guys from Requiem from Oblivion. Did I say Reaper for a second? Did I say Reaper again? Reaper's from Black Tar Superstar. Reaper from Black Tar Superstar. Fred, the singer from Curse of Abon. I've got Tom and Pam from Under a Spell. Great band I've interviewed as well. And the guys from Requiem for Oblivion. Maybe a few other people might pop in as well. I've got a question here. Sorry, I missed that question. Have I heard of Arch Goat? I've heard the name. I can't stand Arch Goat.
Art Goat. I'm not sure how you say it. Yeah, I've heard of them.
I always say Arch Goat. It's like an arch fiend.
Yeah,
like
Arch
Goat.
Arch
Goat. Yeah. I've heard the name, but I can't say.
They were kind of like the black metal band of last year. Everyone was sort of raving on about it. Yeah.
But there might even be a different Arch Goat, because I'm pretty sure there's been a few band called Arch Goat. It's kind of one of those names that sounds familiar. But I can't say it's very definite. Yeah, goats is like the new every time. Witch goat, mountain goat, goat of the north. Witch tip goat or something. Necro sadistic goat torture.
Yeah, that's a band.
Yeah, those are goats. Finnish black metal. Okay, you make sure you tune in. Also, so that's our night, our hangout tomorrow. If anyone else wants to come along for a hangout, open to anyone. Any band. If you're from a band or if you're just a metalhead who wants to hang out sometime, hopefully we've got room. If not tomorrow night, then maybe other night. If you're in the chat and we've got space, I'll drop you a link and you can come in and hang out with us and have a beer and chat if you want to. Also, don't forget March 27th. We've got Gravehuffer headlining. We've got Dios Holocaustum and Vulgar Dissection support from 8:30 p.m. You can check that out on Twitch. I'll put the link in the blog.
DJing.
And we can do some DJing. Yeah. So anyway, where was the other folder? We're playing
Are we just playing this out? Are we discussing it back?
We can come back on if you want. Do you want to come back out, or should we just?
It's up to you. It's your thing.
Oh, we'll come back and
talk about it.
We'll come back and talk about it. Yeah, good idea. So this is Secrets of Silence. We'll be back in a minute with Unpredictable Beast. Yeah, and then we'll come back and talk about it. And then we'll play my little outro again. Might as well, because it took me like nearly 10 seconds to make that outro, so it needs as many plays as it can get. Okay, that was cool stuff. So I was just trying to chat. I was leaving a message there to Aiden. He was saying that band sounded like a band called Craft that he's heard. I'm not sure if I've heard of Craft, but I was just saying I have so many bands. I swear I've forgotten.
Craft I've heard of, yeah.
So there's so many bands. I swear I've forgotten more than I can actually remember now. It's too much booze and headbanging. I swear it doesn't do good for your long-term memory. That's all I can say. Anyway, so that was Secrets of Silence with Unpredictable Beast, their brand new single, and jolly good stuff. I did actually just check the blog. The link to the gig that we've been talking about all night is already in the blog. So, yeah, people can just go straight there. All the links to all the bands. If you like the bands you've listened to on this show, make sure you go and follow them. Normally, it's the Facebook link that I put on their in the blog. And then from there, you should be able to find their YouTube channels from there. You know, support them on YouTube, support them on, on Facebook, help their bloody pages to grow. And, find out where you can get their stuff from. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes bands will have free stuff on their Bandcamp you can check out. Or if you're feeling flush, you can probably buy it from their Bandcamp or buy a physical CD. If anyone actually does physical CDs now, I have rumors that some people still do physical CDs. It does happen.
Even cassettes are being produced now.
I know. That's the weirdest one for me. The way that cassettes have come back. It's like, why have cassettes come back?
It's like, why bother? It's a bit weird, but there you go.
Yeah, but it's this nostalgic kind of thing to it, I suppose. I mean, I liked demo tapes. For me, demos had to be on tape. But vinyl is nice because of the size of it. You've got the bigger to look at. You can do stuff with it, It's kind of more of a ritual, isn't it? To take a record out from the paper, give it a wipe down, stick it on the record player. The ritual of moving the needle over to the groove.
You have to look after it, don't you?
Yeah, you have to show some reverence. It's kind of more reverential than just getting a big CD out, slap, bung it in, press play. It's a little bit more. I know it's kind of a pain. Saying that, it's also a bit more of a pain in the ass because you've got to do all that. So it's a matter of swings and roundabouts, I suppose. Anyway, so what did you think of that last track then? I think that was pretty decent.
Yeah, I really liked it. Musically, I really liked it as well. What did you say they were Indian?
Yeah, from our guitar in India. Secrets of Silence.
Indian black metal. It's kind of interesting sort of thing.
Kind of black thrash, but
that thrashy. Yeah, I was going to say it's like black and thrash sort of style.
But nice kind of sound to it as well. Pretty good production to it as well, I thought. It was like slightly rough edge about being super terrible rough, but it was good. What's this? I've got my own collection, including Exciter.
Don't say that word to Graham.
Well, I'll slip. We don't talk about that last band. Oh, you like Kane? That's cool. It was good that someone likes Kane. I should get in touch with Kane and ask if you've got any videos that they want us to play on here. So get him on for a chat sometime. Anyway, so that's about it then. We've been over an hour. We played loads of cool tracks, or 6 cool bands. And we'll be back next Thursday, same time, hopefully, with at least 6 more videos. I'm trying to keep the 6 because an hour is quite a good enough length for a Thursday night, isn't it? If we get more people tuning in and more people interested, maybe we get more video. That's the main thing, more videos. Then maybe we'll go longer. But don't forget, get in touch. If you've got a video you want me to play on here, get in touch. If you've got any MP3s that you want me or Elric or both of us to play on our podcasts or online radio show, then get in touch. And come back tomorrow night for our Friday night heavy metal hangout. Saturday, I'm chatting to a band called Vandia on my channel. Vandia, I'm chatting to, and also, of course, don't forget the gig. Don't forget the gig as well. That we said that for last time. It's Dies Holocaustum, Vulgar Dissection, and Gravehuffer. Make sure you tune into that. That's it then. Anything else you want to finish with, Mr. Elric?
No, just Gravehuffer are sort of MDR's sort of house band in a way, good friends with us. So really looking forward to that because I haven't even seen them live yet. So really looking forward to that. That's it really. All good.
Cheers for tuning in, Aidan, and thanks for coming back. He says he's going to be here tomorrow night as well, so that's cool.
My Led Zeppelin album ranking's coming up in a couple of days as well, isn't it?
It's going up Saturday, your Led Zeppelin ranking. Just trying to squeeze it in between all the other big things that are going on. So many videos coming out, so many videos. Anyway, cheers for tuning in. And and let's get rid of that many things popped up. And hold on, I'm doing the wrong thing there. And see you later, guys. And good night to everyone in Paterson, New Jersey.